I trust you're doing good. It's nice to be on your screen again today. And of course, now that you're seeing me frequently these days, I'm talking about how we can integrate real estate into farming. And with the recent initiative we came up with which is the first hybrid coconut farm in Nigeria. I'm talking about the Àdàbà Coconut Farm and Resort. In fact, I just have to be on your screen from time to time so I can explain one or two things as related to the initiative. First and foremost, let me say a big thank you to you all for the word of encouragement, the motivation, the support. I am so grateful. It has been overwhelming, to be honest. And secondly, to those who are yet to key in into the pre-launch offer of this monumental initiative, I would advise you take action right now because we actually have 200 acres for pre-launch offer. And I can tell you as at today, in fact, we are close to 90% to selling out the pre-launch offer. And the reason is not far-fetched. People are actually interested about the initiative and they are interested about how we've been able to think outside the box by bringing out a product that commands value, a product that offers solution to Nigeria reliance on importation of coconuts to the country, a product that is up to increase the volume of coconut we have in the country without relying on sources from other countries. And above that, it is a product that promises to guarantee financial freedom. Uh, since we started, it's been overwhelming. Let me share something with you today. There are about 5 things, the perfect time to take decision in real estate, especially with Àdàbà Coconut Farm and Resort. Then the Dangote's advice, and also the boom era and the problem era. The boom era that I'm talking about is the period you should take action, and the problem and solution era, when there are problems in any sector, please, you can make a lot of fortune if you take action. So regarding the perfect time to take action when it comes to real estate, in one of my contents that is coming out, if you're on Instagram, you can check Dr. Kazim Yekini out on Instagram. I drop a lot of content there, and one of them is where I shared story about two different clients. One inspected a property and was thinking about it. So while he was deciding, seeking advices and opinion from friends, family, and wives, somebody was already ready to take action. So he came back some days later while somebody already bought the property. So he was devastated. So if you want to get the best property, you don't wait. You take action and wait. He actually came back later to buy the same property he was supposed to buy for 50 million, only to realize the property in less than 5 months was valued at 15 million. So if you hear about any prolonged offer, especially the one we are talking about, which is the Àdàbà Coconut Farm and Resort, please take action because just like real estate is different from you throwing something on the air. The expected destination is for that thing to come back. Once there is an increase in the value of any real estate, it does not come back, it goes up. Then the second is the Dangote's advice. Recently, Dangote came up to say whoever has dollar should change it or invest it, that dollar will soon crash. And as evidence with what we've seen in the recent days, Nigeria is gaining strength against dollar. So if you have dollars stuck somewhere now, please push it into real estate, especially Àdàbà Coconut Farm and Resort. I'm going to tell you why. The money you hold in liquid has no value as much as the money you invest on properties. Then the third thing is the problem era. sorry, the boom era. Based on the recent reports, crop production is the second largest sector when it comes to Nigeria GDP. Why real estate came third? Recently, I think they have actually gone above being second or third, and that's to tell you that the boom era is here. Then the problem and solution era. Now, anytime you detect there is a problem in any sector, please take decision towards solving the problem. You are going to make the most from that sector. And this all put together is why we are here to come up with Àdàbà Coconut Farm and Resort. If you look at this advice, like a client said about a couple of days ago, I think he wanted to buy about 15 acres some couple of days ago. So the day he wanted to make a decision, he now told us that the naira has started gaining strength against dollar. So I was like, I would advise you to take action, because if you look at all indicators, there are tendencies that naira will gain more strength, and that will be a loss to you. So whatever you have exchanged to invest on Àdàbà property, it will rather be a gain, not a loss any longer. Then let's look at the boom era. Based on that reality that crop sector is gaining momentum, there's no better time you should invest in agriculture than now. And when you combine the prospect of agriculture with real estate, it becomes a gold mine. So that's why you need to buy Àdàbà Coconut Farm and Resort. It is fast selling out. Honestly speaking, it is fast selling now. In about 2 weeks, we introduce it to the market. Almost 200 acres for the pre-launch offer is all the 200 acres for pre-launch offer is almost sold out. And if you miss out that pre-launch offer, it means you may have to buy for 4.55 million. And I bet you wouldn't like that. Please endeavor to watch this video to the end, because towards the end of the video, what I'm going to be sharing with you, especially if you're watching the video for the first time, what I'm going to be sharing with you will amaze you, and it will be of interest to you. Then in terms of the problem era, presently Nigeria rely on Cotonou, Ghana, Ivory Coast to bridge the gap only to some extent in terms of coconut within the country. Meaning that what we have in the country is not enough to cater for the demand. So we have been relying on other countries. And each time I sit down and think about it, I'll be like, why is it like this? If you want ordinary glasses, we import it. Phones, gadgets, we import it. Nigeria has large expanse of land, and the population is there, and our land is fertile. So we have the manpower, we have the fertile land. Then why are we relying on importation of coconut from other countries when we can gladly do that within our country? This is actually one of the reasons why we are coming up with this initiative. And in terms of maintenance and the lifespan, it makes a lot of sense. And when we're talking about the returns you are going to get, it is massive. And I can tell you, I've shared it in the past, without discrediting investment on houses, because we build houses as well. I can tell you for a fact that diversifying your investment towards this initiative, coconut initiative, will rather make you. So, like I shared with you previously, that if you can invest 185 million on 50 acres, you stand to benefit between 300 million to 600 million annually. That is after the maturity of the coconut and once it starts fruiting. And the beautiful thing about this initiative is that you are practically doing nothing other than investing. So we take care of the process from the beginning to the end. The seedling, the land preparation, the management, the harvesting, the manure, and to make it better, we ensure the farm. So there's nothing as beautiful as enjoying passive income from a particular investment. So nobody is saying you shouldn't work, even if you're working presently and your work is generating you return. What happens if your investment is generating you more? That's what we are talking about. So let me quickly share uh, these investment. Let me quickly share the investment and the returns with you. For anybody who invests 3.7 million on 1 acre, what you stand to benefit at the end of every year is between 6 million to 12 million. That's what you stand to benefit as your annual return. Now imagine you are not looking at investing on just 1 acre. If you invest on, let's even say 100 acre, if you invest 3.7 on 100 acre, let's do the calculation together so that I can take you through the process. 3.7 million, let me bring it closer, times 100, that's 370 million. Let's imagine you invest 3.7 million on 100 acres. That's 370 million. Now, since you are getting between 6 million to 12 million on 1 acre, so what we are going to do to take you through the process is to multiply this figure. These figures you are seeing, to multiply it by 100. If you multiply 6 million by 100, guess what you are going to get? 6 million multiplied by 100. That is 600 million. That's if you invest on 100 acres. Pull out the money from the bank, invest 370 million on 100 acres, and this would be your average expectation at the end of every year. Now, meaning that if you are looking at 12 million, as the expected or projected annual income from 1 acre, so you now multiply 12 million by 100. Let me show you. That is 1.2 billion naira. That wouldn't be bad if you are working home with that kind of volume every year. I've done a lot of videos regarding this initiative. What I'm doing today is to do a kind of enlightenment video and to also advise you on why you should invest in this initiative now and not later. The price we're selling the pre-launch offer, just like I shared with you, is 3.7 million. And we're almost done selling the pre-launch offer. Don't be surprised if by the next couple of weeks, we are asking you to come and buy for 4.5 million per acre. Something you should have bought at 3.7. Time is not your friend when it comes to investment in real estate. I am Dr. Kazim Yakinin. Glad to speak with you today. Thanks for watching.